Hi there, I'm David Scott, back again with Mr. Jeff Shelton. Jeff, welcome.
Hi.
Jeff, the last time that we were together, we went over a couple, I think it was 4 of the most important things to look for when shopping for an extended service plan.
Okay.
And I know that based on response, we've gotten tremendous feedback from that, so very helpful. So I think it's a benefit that we continue going over some more information that we have questions on, or customers that ask us on a regular basis. And in extended service plans, I think it's a pretty well-known fact. Some of the exclusions are things that aren't covered, such as maintenance, cosmetic items such as paint, or even upholstery kind of things. But I want to be able to discuss, even briefly, some of the most common exclusions or even limitations of things to look for that wouldn't be covered, or a reason that you may not even want to buy a policy if you expected them to be covered.
Yeah, and I think that's very important because we added another layer of support when anybody has any questions regarding a claim. So there are a few things that I think are really important for people to understand that just would not be covered under your policy, and we try to be as upfront about the type of things that aren't covered, and also how to use the policy. I think is a very, very important item. And kind of leading into that, the majority of the items, or the majority of the issues that we have, I guess, is the first point is you want to make sure that you get a pre-authorization before they begin work on the RV. Probably about 95% of the issues that we run into is because people will be on the road, they'll make a repair, a few weeks will go by and they'll try to hand in their receipts and get reimbursed on that. Well, it doesn't allow the warranty company to make sure that that was, a correct amount, or, they need some type of, assurances that it was legitimate, because, there could be a little bit of issues if just producing receipts and trying to get money for it.
So pre-authorization, is that something that I'm going to do as the consumer, as the policy holder? Am I going to call in to the warranty company to say my radiator needs to be fixed? I need, this is the repair facility doing it, or is my repair facility responsible for doing that?
Good question. This is how we recommend with most customers is if you have something wrong with your RV, you can go to our website and find a repair facility that we've worked with. There's ratings on our website as well for their performance, but you can go to any repair facility, United States or Canada, and they'll pay directly via corporate credit card. So when you do find a repair facility, just let them know that you have a warranty. You don't have to, but I usually suggest let them know you have a warranty, and then you bring it in and let them know you have a warranty, and make sure that they get a pre-authorization. So first they're going to when they do this, the process is they'll diagnose what's wrong with it, make sure that it is something that would be covered, or sometimes it's a small little item like your batteries went dead or something. Had happened to me actually. So they'll make sure that it is covered, and they'll call into the warranty company and get a pre-authorization. And the process is really quick with the big companies that we use. So it's very simple, and if there was any issues, they can always give us a call. One thing I also recommend is just asking the repair facility how much you're going to have to pay out of pocket.
Okay.
Because every now and again, it's pretty rare, but I've ran into issues where the customer said, yes, I asked them to do that. The repair facility just never called it in and they dropped the ball. And it's tough because it ultimately relies on the customer to make sure that it happens, even though it's the repair facility that's going to call in.
Okay.
Because they're the experts, they know how it works.
So it's okay for me as the consumer to make sure that my repair facility has made the call to the warranty company to obtain that prior authorization?
That's correct. That's correct. Okay. And usually you can do that by saying, how much out of pocket? They're like, well, they're going to cover everything. Let us know, we got a pre-authorization? Awesome. Awesome.
Perfect. Give me an example of another commonly asked question, or even an exclusion that people ask about, or coverage that you should know more about.
And actually, I think that the other thing that I always, it takes a little bit of little bit more in-depth explanation in regards to one of the things that we highly suggest people looking for is making sure they have seals and gaskets coverage.
Okay.
Because some companies eliminate that coverage as their RV gets older, or you have to pay extra for it. So we always say, make sure you get seals and gaskets covered. Very good coverage to have, or at least to know if you don't have it. Some people are just completely unaware. However, and I can totally understand why this happens, is sometimes there's a difference between seals and gaskets or weather stripping. Mm-hmm. And I use, you have weather stripping around your door and your slide outs and stuff like that. I can understand people using, that's a seal. All right, well, that's actually going to be weather stripping as it pertains to the warranty. So, whatever terminology you use, weather stripping, the way to think of it in your head is if it keeps the weather in or out, it's probably going to be weather stripping. If it's on a mechanical type of item, like your engine, your generator, and it's part of a mechanical type of seal or
That makes
gaskets, then that would be covered under the warranty.
Good. Okay. All right. That makes perfect sense. What would be the last thing that you'd like to talk about today as an identifier?
I get a lot of questions on leaks.
Okay.
Is a leak covered? And it's an interesting question because, well, what exactly a leak is a leak is essentially a result of something else failing.
Okay.
Or something else going wrong. So we'd always look at what caused it. It's possible that if it's, a water heater or water pump or something like that, that would be covered, which causes a leak. But we'd always look at that first failure. And for the most part, if leaks, just the damage that's caused by leaks, or like a leaky roof, types of items like that, we always suggest do not buy a policy expecting that to be covered. We would look at what caused that item, but for the most part, leaks would not be covered under the policy.
Okay, so in any scenario, they're looking for the root cause of failure, and in this case, say something fell on the roof, causing a crack and then causing a bunch of damage. That's understandable that it wouldn't be covered under a warranty policy because it was an act of something else that happened.
That's correct. And it very well could be covered under your collision insurance.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
That's good to know. So contact my insurance agent to get more information on something like that.
That's it.
Great information. Well, hey, appreciate what you got. I'm sure we could go over a million other items, which I'm sure we'll do in the days and weeks to come. But thanks for joining us, and we look forward to talking with you next time.
Thanks.